Magic Treehouse, Ghost Town at Sundown by Mary Pope Osborn. Illustrated by Salmodoka. A stepping stone duck. Compass. How wide? 2. Rattlesnake flat. 3. Play your piano. 4. Hands up. Chapter 5. Wind. Chapter 6. Split the wind. Chapter 7. Ghost Story. Chapter 9. Who am I? Lonesome Lake. Echo from the past. Ghost Town at Sundown. Wait a minute. Ghost Town at Sundown. Chapter 1. How? Jack and Annie were sitting on the porch of their house. Annie was gazing down the street of Rockford Wood. Jack was reading a book. I have a feeling we should check the wizard, Annie. Why? Jack without looking up. A rabbit hopping by, said Annie. So, we've seen rabbits before. Not like this one, said Annie. What do you mean? Jack stood up and looked at it. He saw a rabbit with very long legs hopping down the street. Soon the rabbit left the sidewalk and headed into the woods. It's a sign, and a sign of what? That's Morgan's bag, and stood at the porch. Come on. Don't worry, said Annie. You know when we leave in the treehouse, time stops. She ran across the yard. Jack pulled on his backpack. Back in 10 minutes. Back in 10 minutes, he called through the screen door. Then he followed in. They hurried down the street and into the Frog Creek woods. The sun was setting above the trees. There he is, said Annie. And the rabbit was standing in a ray of sunlight. When he saw them, he took off. Jack and Annie followed the rabbit until he vanished behind the tallest tree. I told you, see? Annie, panting. She pointed up at the tree. Morgan's face was raising to them from the magic treehouse in the height of the branch. Jack and Annie waved back to her. As always, Jack was there to see the enchantment of the librarian. Come on up, she called. Is he your friend? Perhaps, said Morgan. She smiled mysteriously. I have many odd friends, including us, and wasn't lost. That's right. Hi, yes, said Jack. I'm so also having problems with morals, said the enchantress, which leaves me little time to do my real work. But soon you both will become master librarians, and that will be a big help to me. This girl is going to be a master librarian who travels through the time and space. It is almost too good to believe. Let's just start another riddle, asked Morgan. Yes, Jack and Annie together. Good, said Morgan first. No need their desk for research. He pulled a book from her robe and handed it to Jack. Not a book that would help them on the journey. The title was the book of the Days of the Wild West. The cover was a picture of Western town in Paris. Oh wow, said Annie. The Wild West. Jack took a deep breath. How wild? He wondered. Morgan reached the folds of her robe again and pulled out a scroll. She handed it to Anne. Read this in the trio's land, she said. Is it a riddle? Said Jack. Asked Jack. Yes, said Morgan. Then you only have two more to solve. Are you ready to go? Jack and Annie nodded. Then he pointed to the pictures on the cover of the Wild West. I wish we could go there, he said. The wind started to blow. Goodbye, said Morgan. Good luck. The trio started to spin. Jack squeezed his eyes shut. The train now spun faster and faster. Then everything was still, absolutely still. Jack opened his eyes. Morgan's face was gone. A fly buzzed around his head. Till rattlesnake flaps. The air was hot and dry. Jack and Annie peeked outside. The tree had landed on a lone tree on a prairie. The sun was low in the sky. And in front of them was the town, and the cover and the book. In real life, it looked empty and spooky. To one side of the town was a patch of ground with several tombstones. That's creepy, said Annie. Yeah, said Jack. Took a deep breath. What's a riddle, said? He held up the ancient scroll. She unrolled it. Then she and Jack read together. Out of the blue, my lonely voice calls out to you. Where am I, Aaron? He pushed his glasses into place and read a riddle against himself. This must be a mistake, he said. Am I is written twice. No, I don't hear any voices now. Annie said as she looked out the window. There are no human sounds at all. Only the buzzing flies of the wood and the whistling of the dry wind. Let's look at the book, Jack said. He opened the book. The pages were yellow with age. He saw a picture of the town and read the beneath out loud. Indeed, 1830 rattlesnake flaps was a rest stop for the stagecoach that carried passengers from Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth, Texas. And the creek dried up. Everyone left. By 1880, it was a ghost town. Wow, a ghost town, said Anne, her eyes wide. Let's take a quick look around, said Jack, so we can leave before dark. Right, said Annie, let's hurry. She started down the left path. Jack put the old book into his pack, and he followed Annie down the ladder. They stood by the tree and looked looked about. Sorry. Right, and let's hurry. He started in the ladder. Jack put the old book into his pack. Then he followed Annie down the ladder. They stood by the tree and looked about. Tumbleweeds grow across the dry ground. Suddenly something jumped past them. Yikes, they both said. But it was just a rabbit, a long-legged rabbit hopping past them. Hey, he's just like that rabbit we saw at home, said Jack. Yeah, that rabbit must have been a sign of things to come. The rabbit up across the prairie and out of sight. I'd better take notes. Jack reached into his backpack and took out his notebook and pencil. He wrote, rabbits with long legs. What's that sound? Said Annie. What sound? Asked Jack. That rattling sound. Annie looked up. What? Said. There! Annie pointed to a rattlesnake. It was about 100 feet away. It was coiled up and rattling. He took one look at the snake and ran. And he ran too. They ran past the graveyard and right into Ghost Town. And guess what? That's why this town is called Rattlesnake Nest. Said Annie when they stopped. Jack looked around. The town was hardly big enough to call a town. There was one unpaved street and few old buildings. It was quiet, too quiet. Like a store, said Annie. She pointed at a building. The faded sign said, General Store. Let's look inside. Maybe the answer of the riddle isn't there. Jack and Annie stepped onto the porch. The wooden boards creaked loud. The door had fallen off its hinges. They peeked inside. The air was thick with dust. Spider webs hung from the ceiling. Maybe we shouldn't go in, said Jack. Perhaps the answer's here. Annie, let's just take a quick look. Jack took a deep breath. Okay. He and Annie tiptoed into the store. Look, said Annie. She picked up a pair of rusty spurs. Careful, said Jack. You put that other stuff in the store. An old feed sack, a rust tin cup, a faded cylinder dated 1878. Oh, wow, said Annie. She held up 2 cowboy hats. She put one and handed the other to Jack. For you. It's too dusty, said Jack. Just blow on it, said Annie. Jack blew on his hat. Another cloud of dust rose up. Jack sneezed. Just tried it on. Annie took the hat on. Nearly covered his eyes. Boots, said Annie. She pointed a row of cowboy boots on the shelf. There are even some small ones on our sizes. Here's a pair for you. She handed the boots to Jack. They're not ours. I know, but just try them on, said Annie. Jack turned his boots upside down and shook them as hard as he could. What are you doing? Annie asked, pulling on another pair of boots, checking for scorpions. Jack, and the last, try them on, Jack sighed. He pulled off his sneakers. He pushed his feet into the boot. He pushed and pushed. The boots were really stiff. Finally, he got his feet inside. Then he tried to walk. Ow! He said, forget it. He started to pull off the boots. What's that? And said Jack Rose. Piano music, said Annie. Maybe it's the voice in the riddle. Come on. Jack threw his sneakers into his backpack and hobbled after Annie. Play your piano. Outside, the sad tune played on. It's coming from there, said Annie. She crept toward a building that had a sign with the word hotel on it. Jack limped after her. Annie slowly pushed open a swing door. They peeked inside. The fading daylight lit a piano in the corner of the room. The keys were moving up and down, but no one was there. Yikes, whispered Annie. Who's playing the piano? Suddenly the keys were still. The air got very cold. No rain. Jack shouldn't have such a thing as goes. It's a one in ancient Egypt, whispered Annie. Yeah, but it does the ancient Egypt. Said Jack. Even so, his heart raced. I look it up, Jack called out the word whisper. He found a picture of a piano. He read aloud. Playing pianos are popular in the Old West. The piano played automatically when someone pumped its floor pedals. Later, on the help of electricity, the piano played all by itself. You, Jack closed the book. I knew there was an answer, he said. It must be electric, and somehow it came on. I didn't know they had electricity in the Wild West, and they didn't. Jack looked at Annie. Oh man, let's get out of it. Oh man, let's get out of here, he said. Annie backed out of the hotel. When they got outside, they heard another sound. A horse hoof thumping against the hard ground. A cloud dust seemed to be moving toward the town. As it got closer, Jack saw 3 riders. They were herding a small band of horses. Hi, where's Annie? Jack looked around wildly. He saw 2 barrels outside the hotel. There, he said. Jack and Annie hurried in the empty barrels. Jack climbed inside one and tried to scrunch down. He said, wouldn't fit. Jumped out the barrel and threw his head into the hotel. Mine too, Annie. Jack got hers and threw it. Then he scrambled back into the barrel. Just in time. Jack heard the horses thundered into town. There's a crack in a barrel. There was a blur of cowboys and horses go by. Whoa, 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 men shouted. Jack heard the horses come into halt. They stamped and snorted. All he could see was shadows through the crack. Dust covered Jack. He had to sneeze. Pinch his nose. The creek bed must have dried up. A cowboy yelled, This town's good. Yep. It gives me shivers. Then another dog came over the rise. Jack really had to sneeze now. His fingers were tighter, but he couldn't stop He stopped to sneeze. He let a choke. Achoo! What was that? Someone said. Just that loud whine split in the air. Jack saw a beautiful bush rear up. She had no rider or a saddle, just a rope around her neck. She was red as the sunset. She had a wide black mane and white star above her eyes. We can keep fighting this one, boss. The cowboy yelled. Yep, she owns her colt. Another said, we shouldn't have left them behind. He was too slow, a growly voice said. He'll stay home when we cross the border. That's terrible, thought Jack. He knew Annie must be upset too. He just hoped that she wouldn't jump out of her barrel. but the cowboys pulled up the red horse away. The ground ran from the pounding of hooves as they galloped up. The man stood up. They watched the riders disappear into the dust. The pounding faded away. All was quiet. All was quiet again, except for the lazy buzzing of flies. "They were mean to that horse," Annie said in a low, angry voice. "I know, but there was nothing we could do," said Jack. His boots were killing him. "Climb up better. Man, I have to get these off," he said. Jack sat down on the porch of the hotel. He grabbed the foot of one boot and pulled. "Jack," said Annie, "I think there is something we can do." "What?" Jack looked up. A small horse was running down the road. It was red as Wild's mother horse. He had the same black mane and white star above his eyes. A rope around his neck. He looked very alive. Jack called, "Hands up!" "It is the colt," said Annie. "He's looking for his mother." She ran toward the little horse. "Wait!" called Jack. "Oh, brother!" He pulled up out his pack. He found a chapter titled "Horses of the Wild West." He started reading. At the end of 18, over 1,000,000 white horses called Mustangs wandered the west. These fast horses were descendants of runaway Spanish horses. Mustang herders captured them and sold them to ranchers. Breaking a wild Mustang took great skill. Jack turned the page. There was a picture of a herd of horses. Two of them even looked like a beautiful mare and her colt. "Hey, Annie," Jack called, "you should see this picture." Annie didn't answer. Jack looked up. Annie was trying to get close to the young Mustang, but he kept darting away. "Watch it! It's wild!" said Jack. Annie was speaking softly to the colt. Slowly reached out and grabbed the end of the rope. Still talking to him. She led him to a broad wooden post. "Stop! Don't do anything," said Jack. He flipped the pages of his book. He found a section called "How to Treat a Horse." The basic rules on how to treat a horse are simple: a soft hand, a firm voice, a sunny attitude, praise, and reward. "I got the rules," shouted Jack. "Don't do anything before I write them down." Jack pulled out his notebook and pencil. He wrote: Horse rules. 1. Soft hand. 2. Firm voice. 3. Sunny attitude. 4. Praise. 5. Reward. "Okay, listen." Jack looked up, but Annie was already sitting on the colt's back. Jack froze. He held his breath. The Mustang whooped and pounced on the ground. He snorted and tossed his head. Annie kept patting his neck and talking softly. Finally, the young horse grew still. And smiled at Jack. "I named him Sunset." Jack let out his breath. "Let's go," said Annie. "Mr. Small, are you not?" said Jack. "You have to follow a rule. It'll be dark soon." Those guys were real bad guys, I could tell. "We have to solve our riddle. It'll be dark soon." And those guys were real bad guys, I could tell. "We don't have any choice," said Annie. father? Jack knew she wouldn't change her mind. Let's see what the book says. He read more about Mustangs. Wild Mustangs live together in families. The bond between Mia and her young is very strong. His sound of distress or hunger will always bring her to him. A Mustang cannot bear to wander alone. Jack groaned. He looked at Sunset. The young Mustang did, a sad look in his eyes. Okay, we'll make a plan, he said. But first, I have to get out those boots. Jack grabbed on one of his boots and pulled. Hurry, said Annie. I can even think in these things, said Jack. He huffed and puffed and pulled. Then a deep voice stopped him cold. Hands up, or I'll shoot. Jack let go his boot. He raised his hands in the air, so did Annie. A cowboy rode out of an alley. His face was bony and tanned. He was riding a gray horse and pointing a six-shooter. I reckon you're the smallest horse thieves I ever come across. He said, Chapter 5, Slim. We're not horse thieves, said Annie. Well, what are you doing with my horse here? Some bad guys came through town with his mother, said Annie. They left him behind because he was too slow. Yep, must be restless that stole my last 5 Mustangs, the cowboy said. Who are you? Said Jack. I'm a Mustang hunter, the cowboy said. They rode through the town. Then Sunset showed up out alone, and we were taking him to his mother. Sunset, the cowboy said. Yep, Amy smiled. I named him. The cowboy put away his six-shooter. Well, you're pretty brave to try and rescue him, smiling. Thanks. He said, thanks, said Annie. Jack cleared his throat. How much do you need his family? He said. The bond between her and her young is very strong. The cowboy looked at Jack. Well, you're pretty smart to know that, Shorty. Shorty, said Jack. Every cowpoke's got to have a nickname, said the cowboy. What's yours? Annie. Slim, said the cowboy. My name is Slim Cooley, and this is Dusty. He patted his horse. Jack, that's it, and Jack agreed. Slim was Slim, and Dusty was Dusty. So tell me, Slim said, how did you two brave, smart, young, and up in rattlesnake? Jack caught his breath. He didn't know how to explain it. The stagecoach. Annie, the driver let us off, but I think we made a mistake. Slim looked on, I'll say, he said. When the next stage comes to us, we're leaving, and asking Slim, well, I'm going to take my colt now and find those rustlers. You didn't hear right there where we're headed, did you? They said they were going to camp over the rise, said Jack. Must be over yonder, said Slim. He looked at the low rise in the distance. The sun was red ball above. Better get going before dark, said. Can we go with you? Said Annie. No, we have to stay here, said Jack. Now the Slim could help Sunset. Jack wanted to look for the answer of the riddle. Plus, he still wanted to take off his boots. Shorter is right to be scared, Slim said to Annie. This is no doubt for young. Scared, said Jack. Oh, please, I want to go, said Annie. Slim looked at Jack. And what do you want, Shorty? For starters, I just Slim to stop calling me Shorty, and hinted to Slim thinking he was brave. Sure, I want to go, said Jack. What about your stagecoach? Oh, Slim, this is not coming until tomorrow. Annie said quickly. Well, Slim scratched his chin. I reckon I could use some brave, smart help. But you have to do everything I say. We will, said Annie. Can I write this? I wouldn't say yes to Manicat, smiling. But you seem to have a knack with horses, Slim. Now, hang tight to his mane. I'll just pull him along behind me. Slim slipped the rope off the post. Then he held his hand out to Jack. Put your foot in the stirrup, Jordy. And Slim, grab my hand. Slim. Jack did the Slim said. Slim pulled him onto the front of his saddle. Saddle horn. Sit tight, said Slim. It's not far. Slim snapped his reins. Dusty took up with Sunset right behind him. Jack bounced up and down. His boots hurt. The sunlight blinded him. Giddy up, said Slim. Giddy up, said Annie. The horses galloped across the prairie, dust flying from their hooves. Achoo! He sneezed as he bounced along the setting sun. Chapter 6. Split the Wind. The sky was dark by the time they got to the rise. The wind was cool, almost cool. Whoa, said Slim. Dusty slowed down to a halt. They camped down there, Slim said in a low voice, in that patch of trees. Jack saw a campfire at the bottom of the slope. He saw horses gathered in a dark clump. One let out a loud whinny. Hear that, said Slim. The man. He sensed the sunset is nearby. The mare whined again. Sounded like he's tied to a tree, said Slim. I think the rest of her are loose. What's our plan, whispered Jack, smiling. You see her and guard sunset. Slim. Right. And Shorty, you and I are around right down near their camp, said Slim. You keep Dusty quiet while I cut the mare loose. How do you keep our horse quiet? Wondered Jack. Once the mare loose, she'll break for the sunset, said Slim. When you and Sunset take off smiling, got it, said Annie, and we'll split the wind, said Slim. What's that mean? Wondered Jack. Till we got to Blue Canyon, said Slim. Where's that? Wondered Jack. All set. Any questions? Slim. Nope, said Anchovies. Yep, about 1 million. Thought Jack. Okay, partners. See ya soon, Smiley. Come on, Shorty. Have fun. And fun? Thought Jack. Is she not? Her lips are not thick. Slim snapped his ring. Dusty started down the rise. Their way was lit by a nearly full moon and 1 million stars. Maybe now I can ask Slim some questions, thought Jack. But just then voices came from the restless camp. They were mean voices, followed by mean laughter. A chill wind was Dusty howled. This is far enough, whispered Slim, and slipped off Dusty. Keep him here, Slim whispered to Jack, and keep him quiet. Wait, whispered Jack. We need more information. But Slim was gone. Jack gripped the reins and held his breath. He hoped Dusty wouldn't do anything. For a moment, Dusty went still. But then he snorted and began walking. Oh no, said Jack. He tried to think of the rules how to treat a horse. A soft hand, a firm voice, saved Jack. Whoa, he said slowly. To his surprise, Dusty froze and was quiet. Jack remembered another rule, a sunny attitude. He patted Dusty again. Don't worry, he whispered. Everything's going to be fine. Just then, a loud whinny came from the herd of mustangs. They began moving up the moonlit slope. Hey, the horses! The rustlers shout. The gun went off. Jack. Come on, Shorty! Came Slim's voice. Jack looked up. Slim was riding the mare. Jack was shocked. He had thought that Slim was coming back to ride Dusty. Instead, Slim rode right past him. As he got close to Annie, he took off on Sunset. The mare galloped after Sunset, and the band of mustangs galloped after the mare. Bam! Jack snapped the reins. Go, Dusty, he said. Dusty leaped after the mustang. Jack nearly fell off. He clutches the reins in one hand and the saddle horn in the other. Bang! Bang! The rustlers were on their horses now. They were getting closer. Hurry! Jack cried. Just to clear the ride in the awkward leap. Jack started to slip out the saddle. He let go of the reins and started to hold on the saddle horn, but his weight pulled him down. He closed his eyes and fell to the ground. Bang! 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 Oh man, thought Jack. This is the end. He opened his eyes. Dusty was looking at him. Jack scrambled up and tried to climb back on the saddle. It was hard without Slim's help. As Jack struggled up, he heard shouts from the rustlers. Their horses gave high-pitched neighs. He looked back. A shimmering white figure was moving across the top of the ride. The rustlers' horses were panicking and backing away. Jack didn't have time to think about what he was seeing. He knew it might be his only chance to escape. Using all his strength, he pulled himself on the saddle. Go, Dusty, go! He shouted. Dusty took off the full gallop over the prairie. Jack helped toward the alarm as they split the wind. Chapter 7. Ghost Story. Jack bounced on the saddle. He felt the cool night wind against his face. He couldn't tell where they were going, but he trusted Dusty to follow the others. Finally, Dusty caught up with the herd as they began to slow down. Jack snapped his reins. Dusty came up beside Slim and Annie. Howdy, said Slim. Howdy, said Jack. Howdy, and are you okay? Jack pushed his glasses into place. Yup, he said. Yup, she said. That was some good riding, Shorty, said Slim. Thanks, said Jack, smiling. You don't like being called Shorty now. Where are we headed, boss? Jack asked on Blue Canyon, said Slim. Okay with you? Yup, said Jack. This way. He snapped his sword and speeded up again. So Slim steered the herd to the left. Soon he listened to the deep, narrow path. Finally, they came in the boxy open space, surrounded by walls of rock and lit by moonlight. We've covered the mustangs here in Blue Canyon, Slim said. He got off his horse. He helped Jack down. And the look of sunset. Take him to Smack. Slim took an onion led sunset to the mare. In the moonlight, two mustangs rocked against one another and neighed. As Jack patted down Dusty's damp neck, he remembered the last rule, praise and reward. Thanks, whispered Dusty. You're great, you're super. Snip and saddled Dusty, then handed Jack to his saddlebag. Take those over to that grassy spot. We'll come there, he said as he carried the saddlebag. His boots rusted and tight. His legs were sore and wobbly, but he didn't mind. He threw down the saddlebags and his backpack. Then he flopped himself down. He was very tired, and he joined them. They seemed happy to be free and together again, she said, gazing at the moonlit mist. Yup, said Jack. He lay back, using his backpack as a pillow. He looked up at the stairs. If we just had the answer to the riddle, everything would be perfect, he said. Yup, and hey, Slim, he called. I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Do you know the answer to this riddle? Out of the blue, my lonely voice calls out to you. Who am I? Am I? Slim was silent for a moment, then said, Sorry, Shorty, I don't know that one. Jack heard that. That's okay, said. You don't either. I'll count until. Said Annie. Why does the piano in the hotel play by itself? I do know the answer to that one. That's Slim. What is it? Said Annie. It's Lonesome Luke, said Slim. He's a ghost of a cowboy who wanders the prairie. Jack said straight up, I saw him, he said. I remembered. He scared the rustlers. If he hadn't come, I never would be gotten away. Oh, yeah? Slim chuckled. Well, lucky for us, Lonesome Luke sometimes likes to help folks out. Slim threw his saddle down next to Jack and Annie and sat against it. Years ago, Lonesome Luke had a gal He was just crazy about it. Said Slim. She couldn't take the Wild West. Though. So she went back east. What happened then? Asked Jack. Luke went loco. Every night he showed up at the hotel and played the piano. He played Red River Valley over and over. Then one night he just vanished into the prairie and was never seen alive again. His bones were found a year later, but folks say his ghost returns to the hotel piano to play Red River Valley. It goes like this. Slim took out the harmonium. He began to play a song. It was the same sad song Jack and Annie heard in the hotel. Jack lay back down and listened to lonesome. A coyote howled in the distance. The horses stirred in the dark. "I'd better take some notes," thought Jack, but he didn't utter a word before he fell asleep. He didn't even take off his boots. Why not? A buzz like Jack. He swept away. He opened his eyes. The sun was high above the canyon walls. He kept still. What for a long time. Slim and Annie had sat by the fire drinking from tin cups, coffee, biscuits, and he asked Jack, "Where did you get them?" Said Jack, "I will almost carry biscuits and a canteen of coffee." He walked over and gave Jack a biscuit and a cup of coffee. It's hard as rock, and bitter as muddy river water. The cowboy takes what he can get. Jack took a bite and a sip. The biscuits were very hard, and the coffee was very bitter. But that was okay with Jack. Since the cowboy didn't mind, he didn't mind either. I saddle up Dusty, Slim said, and take you back down to cut your stage. What will you do? And head down with my herd, said Slim. So, then ride across the plains and round up more mustangs. While Slim saddled Dusty, Jack took out his notebook and pencil. He wrote, "Cowboy breakfast, bit of coffee, hard biscuit." "Hey, Shorty," called Slim. "What are you doing? Taking notes," said Jack. "Look for it. He likes writing things down," said Annie. "Oh, yeah," said Slim. "Me too. In fact, I first came was to write a book." But one thing led to another. The next thing I knew, I must have heard. "Slim, you should write your book and let the Mustang free." "Think so?" They looked at the grazing wild horses. "I know so." And, "Yep. Your book should be about the Wild West, Slim." Slim kept staring at his herd. "Maybe you're right," he said. "I should settle in Laramie and right there. Wouldn't have to chase after rustlers anymore." Slim turned back to Jack and Annie. "Yep, I think I'll be a writer. Let's go, before I change my mind," he said. "Yay," said Annie. I'll go tell them. She jumped up and ran to the Mustang. Jack packed his backpack, while Slim packed his saddlebag. Then Slim and Jack climbed onto Dusty. They rode over to Annie, who was stroking Sunset's neck. "I told him he's as free as a wind vane," said Annie. "Sounds good," said Slim. "Give me your hand, Smiley." Slim pulled Annie onto Dusty. She sat in front of Jack. Slim snapped his reins. Dusty started on. The sun was hot as Dusty climbed out of the canyon. When they reached the top, they peered down at the canyon floor. The Mustangs pranced playfully, their coats shining in the hazy light. "They'll find their way out soon," Slim said, then cut across the prairie. "You're good by your paw, Smiley," Stay with your mother, Sunset, shouted Annie. Goodbye. Out of the blue, a voice called, Bye. And guess what? Who's that back? The ghost? Nope, said it. It's just an echo. Then comes by sound of bouncing off the cannon wall. Slump cupped his hands around his mouth. Who am I? Who am I? He shouted. Am I? Who am I? He shouted. Am I? Came the distant voice. Oh man, said Jack softly. That's your answer to Morgan's riddle, said Annie. Echo, he and Jack said together. Jack looked at Slim. You knew the answer last night, he said. Slim just smiled and snapped his fingers. Let's go, partners, he said. Chapter 9, Lonesome Loop. The sun was low in the sky, and they reached Rattlesnake Flat. So let us off in front of the hotel. And just for the stage is coming through here, said Slim. Yep, said Jack and Annie together. And for the hotel, Slim got down from the seat. Then he helped Jack and Annie down. I hope you'll come to Laramie and visit Slim. I might be needing someone help on my bed. Sure, Annie. I'm smiling. Thanks. Sure, Annie. Slim climbed back in the seat. I looked down at Jack. You know, Shorty, he said. You might be short, but you're mighty tall in the brain. Thanks, Jack. And Smiley, Slim said. Your great courage is nothing to smile about. Thanks, said Annie. Good luck with your riding, Slim, said Jack. I'm grateful to you both for steering me straight, said Slim. I promise I'll thank you someday. Really? And a cowboy never goes back on his word, said Slim. Then he snapped his reins. Dusty loped down the street. Bye, Slim, yelled Annie. Slim coolly turned one last time. He waved his hand. So long, partners, he called. Then he rode out into sunset. Jack let out a deep sigh. Okay, I'm ready to take my boots off now. Me too, said Annie. They sat down at the front porch of the hotel. They started pulling out their boots. There. Jack got them both off. He wiggled his toes, took his sneakers out of his pack and put them on, and put it on too. Man, sneakers never felt so good, said Jack. Suddenly, the sound of a piano drifted through the air. Lonesome Loop! And Jack brought his back. He and Annie crept across the porch. They pushed open the swinging door. And the piano was playing Red Rubber Band. Sitting on the piano stool was a thin but shimmering shape of a cowboy. Just then the ghost Lonesome looked at Jack and Annie. He heard a shimmering hand. Jack and Annie went back, and the ghost of Lonesome faded away. Cold air flapped past Jack and Annie. They were shivering. Oh man, let's go, whispered Jack. They leaped and dashed up the dusty road. They ran across the cracked ground and past the graveyard. They ran until they reached the tree house. It's the magic tree house, and got the rope ladder. He hurried up and Jack followed. They were out of breath when they got inside the tree. And they got the ancient squirrel. The unruly, yay, she said. The squirrel had ungluing word on it. Excellent. They've got it right, said Annie. Jack grabbed the Pennsylvania. He pointed to a picture of a red frog with red. I wish we could go there, he said. And the wind started to blow. The trio started to spin. It went faster and faster. Then everything was still, absolutely still. Echo from the past. Jack and Annie looked outside. sun has set behind the trees out of Rockwood Woods. Annie still held the ancient scroll. She put in it the corner next to the scroll from the ocean trip. There's 2 more to go, she whispered. Yep, said Jack. He undid his pack. He pulled out Days of the Wild West. He put it in a top of the stack of books. Ready, said Annie was started at the book. Her mouth dropped open. What's wrong? Asked Jack. Annie just kept staring. Have you got nuts? Said Jack. Annie pointed at the Wild West book. With the cover, she said. Jack picked the book up. He read the title aloud. Now, Days of the Wild West. He looked at Annie's stuff, kept reading. And the author's name was below the title. It was a smaller letter, just flaming cold. Jack gasped. His mouth dropped open. He said he and Annie stared at the word over a long moment. Oh man, whispered Jack. You were using some stuff. Exclaimed the book he wrote after he left us. Jack and Annie shook their heads with wonder. They opened Slim's book. They looked at the title page. At the bottom of the page, he read Texas First, Dallas, 1895. Jack turned the page. He read the dedication. With thanks to Smiley and Shorty, to strangers who changed my life. Jack looked at Annie. Dedicated his book to us, he said. Yup, said Annie. He smiled. Jack placed Slim's book on the stack of books. Then he and Annie left the treehouse and climbed down the ladder. They started the woods. The trees were alive with bird nests. The air felt soft and moist. Rock Creek seems to seem so peaceful. Said Jack. No rattlers, no rustlers, no ghosts. Yeah, but no swimming pool either. Annie said. I know, Jack, but when...
Let's revere as John. 무슨 뜻인지 알아?
네,
프랑스어야.
진짜?
응. Let revere as John.
그건 뭔 말이야?
The book is yellow.